Hey everybody, it's Cameron here. I'm in Voyageurs National Park and it's mid-July. And thank you for watching another video production of Cam the Man Adventures. I thought I'd make a video today of some of the equipment to bring that I think is going to make your visit here a little more pleasurable and enjoyable. You'll see some variations of this video on this channel, but this is the best one to watch. It's the most complete. So, with that being said, let me get started with the radio here. I carry the CC Radio Plus, and it operates out here on 4 D-cell size batteries, has digital tuning, has a bass and treble, and also has a digital signal strength indicator. But the most useful feature on this radio is the weather band. You know, if you're going to bring a radio out here, make sure it has weather band. I like to listen to the weather synopsis before I head out of the tent in the morning, you know, just to find out what your day is going to be like. So, a radio out here is a great piece of equipment to have, so don't forget it at home. Let's talk about knives a little bit. Carry a couple different things on my hip out here. Carry a Leatherman tool, and that's exactly what it is. It's a tool, it's not just a knife. It's got a pliers on it, and it's got a long and short knife on it. It's also got a couple different screwdriver tips on it. It also has a lanyard too, so you can hang it from your neck if you want. Never know when you're going to need to make a quick and simple repair, and a Leatherman is the perfect piece of equipment for the job. I also carry a buck knife. Buck knives are famous for holding an edge, and that's why I choose buck knife. This just happens to be a 4-inch variety pocket knife. But a pocket knife is really nice to have on your hip if you need a knife in a hurry. That way you don't have to fumble through the features on a Leatherman tool. That's all this is, a knife, and it's a great one. Other knives include fillet knives. I mean, you're out here, you know, in Voyageurs National Park, and you're fishing, right? So you're going to need a couple of good fillet knives. I just bring a mediocre one, you know, just something that holds its edge. And this seems to do the job pretty well. And the other one I have here, I found while I was snorkeling out on Pat Smith Island, and it seems to be a pretty good one. It's got a wooden handle on it. It's kind of rotted away. I don't know how long it was in the water. But I really like the blade strength on this, and it's still sharp as hell. And it's been in the water for a long time, so I'm probably going to go home and do some repair work on the handle and start using this one. So, fillet knives, great things to have when you're out here. If you're going to have knives, you need something to sharpen them with. So you want to bring a great knife sharpener. There's a lot of variety of these on the market, so just pick one and make sure you have one with. Great pair of leather gloves, you know, when you're out getting campfire wood out in the woods, or you're just thrashing around out there with the dog. It's nice to have a little hand protection. You know, great pair of leather gloves is a good piece of equipment to bring. Alright, a walking stick. I've had this one for about 10 years. It's a piece of ash, and it was chewed on both ends by a beaver. So I snatched it out of the water and took it home, cut it to length, and varnished it and made a handle, and boy, it has been a great walking stick, and that's a nice thing to have out here. Very sturdy, very strong, and ash is very hard, and it's very good for this type of purpose. So, walking sticks, great piece of equipment to have out here. Okay, talk about stove. A stove is a nice feature to have out here because if you want to heat something up real quick, you don't have to build a fire. I carry the Coleman dual fuel 442 stove. I've had this one for about 12 years. Great piece of equipment. It's got a little pump on it, you know. It's got a little on-off switch. And the dual fuel feature is very nice because it uses either white gas or unleaded regular gasoline. So 2 different fuel sources there. Very nice. So it's 12 years old and still heats up like really fast. It'll heat a quart of water in about 10 minutes. So depending on the pot that you put it in, I just use you know, thin aluminum pots up here. heats everything up real quick, so it's got its own little carry pouch. So a little stove is a great piece of equipment to have out here. Let's see, let's talk a little bit about rope. I've got a heavy rope that I use out here if I'm going to go climbing trees when I go to get up on the canopy. This is about a 1/2-inch cord, about 50 feet long. Rope, obviously, you know, 1,000,001 uses out here. I have a couple different varieties out here. I've got this one, and I've got this finer cord here. This is easier to tie knots in than that big one, so this is a little easier for the smaller jobs and whatnot. So, rope, 1,000,001 uses. Alright, this next piece of equipment is probably going to be one of your most useful, and I cannot say enough good things about it. It's called the Sven saw, and I've had this one for about 20 years and have never had to resharpen the blade. It holds its blade. It's incredible. It's called a Sven saw, and it's all aluminum casing. I can demonstrate it here for you quickly. It's got a little wing nut here in the end. This comes off of there. It slides out. The blade comes out. This pops in here. Wing nut goes back on. Just like that, and you've got yourself a great little saw. You don't need an axe or a hatchet out here. Leave that at home. But this is a great saw, a Sven saw. It's all aluminum casing, and it's real lightweight, and they last forever. So, I mentioned the hatchet and axe. I happen to have a hatchet out here. I found this one, and it's kind of rusty and banged up. All I'm going to do with this is probably take it home and maybe clean it up a little bit and use it pounding nails. There's no use for one of these out here, so leave these at home. Let's talk a little bit about bug dope. Obviously, this is the kind of thing that really, goes without being said. The higher the DEET number, the more bug repellency. This is 50 DEET. And best thing I can tell you about this, best tip I can give you here is when you're going to spray it on yourself, don't spray it on like this, okay? Spray it in your hand and then rub your hand all over. Spraying it on like this, you're going to get a lot of overspray and you're going to actually end up wasting a lot of the product. This is the 13th day of an 18-day adventure here in Voyageurs National Park for me. And I've used just this one can, and there's still a third left. So you save a lot by putting in your hand and kind of rubbing it all over, that type of thing. It's a little tip about bug dope. Make sure you bring plenty of it. Bugs have been absolutely horrendous this year, and I don't know what I would do without that stuff. The other thing for the skin is sunblock. Obviously, another thing in this day and age, it goes without being said, you need to bring sunblock. This is 50 SPF, and the higher the skin protection factor, the more it's going to protect you from the sun, obviously. This is also a waterproof variety. I mentioned I snorkel and stuff, so I need something that stays on me in the water. And so sunblock is another great piece of equipment, or a great item to have when you're out here. I mentioned I snorkel. I don't invest a lot of money in stuff like this, but just a good snorkel and mask out here. There's a lot of variety of this sort of item on the market, and this just happens to be simple U.S. divers. I think I invested less than $20. Couple tips about snorkeling though. Snorkel on a day that it's really sunny out. You can't see a whole lot of stuff in the water when it's cloudy out. So snorkel when it's sunny. And snorkel around campsites. That's where people lose things like, wallets and sunglasses and all that sort of thing. I primarily snorkel for fishing lures and that sort of thing. That's my gig. But, you'll snorkel for whatever. but snorkeling equipment is a thing to have on a nice, fun, sunshiny day. So let's see what else we got here. Maps. I always carry these Mackenzie's with me wherever I go. The Mackenzie's I have found to be a little more detailed and a little better for navigation than the Fisher maps, you know, the yellow ones. These give water depth and elevations too. So that's a great piece of equipment to have. Don't leave home without a map of the area. Not just a map of the area you're in, but a map of the surrounding area. So if you want to go exploring, you know, you can, you know, you'll know where you're going. So, a couple of other items here. How am I doing in time? 10 minutes. All right, day packs. A couple different day packs here. This is a very lightweight Swedish day pack. And what I mean by day pack is, you know, if you're base camp somewhere and you want to go out adventuring, you know, like Toby and I do, we go island hopping, we go checking out campsites and stuff like that. You want something you can throw your gear in, you know, throw your bug dope and snacks and stuff like that in. This is just a simple, quick pack. So there's this variety, okay, that you can wear. This is very comfortable on your back. And then there's this variety. And this is made by High Sierra, and this is more of a just a little like duffel bag. I don't like this one as much as the other one. The other one's got more room and stuff. So, but anyway, day pack is a great piece of equipment to bring with you when you come out here. Just to keep whatever and bug dope, you know, essentials and stuff like that. Also, a repair kit. Repair kit, you know, is a great piece of equipment to have out here. I won't go into a lot of detail on this simply because my repair kit is so detailed. But I will show you a few things in here. On the top shelf is an extensive first aid kit. You know, you get Band-Aids, first aid cream, Camphor, Finique, all that kind of stuff, tape. Then it opens up, got Q-tips, you know. I have a compass in here, scissors, degreaser. I even have a few extra fittings for the boat motor, you know, in case one should fail. You know, got tools, extra soap, duct tape, string. A good repairs kit out here is really essential because things can go wrong with boats or anything. You know, if you need a repair on the tent, you can use it for that too. So make your repairs kit at home before you go, and bring it with, and you won't regret it. So another great thing to bring here is a pair of field glasses. And I recommend something a little more powerful than the 1025 variety Bushnell I have here. Before my departure from Minneapolis, I could not find my binoculars no matter what. So I went out and bought this pair real quickly, and well, that's what I'm stuck with on this trip. So it's just a simple 1025, but a good pair of field glasses is a really good piece of equipment out here. Not only for, you know, checking out wildlife and that sort of thing, but you know, there's a lot of channel buoys out here, and you don't want to waste a lot of gas if you're not familiar with the area. Seeing which buoy is which one, you know, they're all numbered, so you can kind of, you know, check them out from a distance. So that's just, you know, I mean, it goes without being said, binoculars are a great piece of equipment to have out here. So, all right, let's talk about clothes a little bit here. I bring a nice sun hat with me. Got this one in Florida. It's like a lifeguard hat, and it really does great to keep the sun off the ears and neck and stuff. This is kind of like straw material, but it's a great little piece of equipment to keep the sun off you. Out here you want to wear clothing that dries quickly, and just for example, this is some of my snorkeling equipment. This is made by Maui's and Sons, but this is 80% nylon and 20% elastic. So it's like a giant rubber band, you know, but it dries like now. So I don't bring cotton out here. Cotton is just heavy and it doesn't dry out quickly. And so, like I said, you need something that dries out quickly. And this stuff also feels cool. Even when it's dry, it feels cool on your body. It's nice and light, and that's what I'm wearing now. It's like just, you know, as much nylon factor as you can have in it. Also bring a good pair of brush pants out here. You know, I mentioned Toby and I go out adventuring all the time. I climb trees a lot, that sort of thing. You don't want to do that stuff in shorts. So just having a good pair of canvas, canvas pants is a great thing to have out here. Bandanas, another thing goes without being said. 1,000,001 uses out here. So bandanas, different colors, whatever. The other thing I'll talk about here is ice. When you come to Voyageurs National Park up here, the lodges, they all have ice, but they also charge for the ice, and it's not cheap, especially if you need to buy it consistently. I mentioned I'm on a 13th day of my 18-day adventure out here, and I've had to resupply with ice a couple times. But to get you started, they'll save you money in the beginning. What you want to do is get these gallon jugs at home. We all use them for milk and whatnot. We'll clean them out, rinse them out, fill them with drinking water, and then freeze them. And then stick these in your cooler, and then when they thaw out, you've got drinking water. Because you're going to need drinking water, obviously at some point. And you can drink, the lake water if you want to. Boil it obviously first. But this just tastes better. So, and if you're going to buy ice from these folks up here, get the block ice. A lot of these places will, throw ice shavings at you. They'll say, well, buy a bag of that. That's the stuff that'll melt just like that. If you have to get ice, get block. And if they don't have block, get cubes, as big as cubes as you can. Because it gets hot out here. At the height of the season out here, we have, in Voyageurs National Park up here in the North Country, we have like, 15, 16 hours of sunlight, and at each campsite, you're given a bear-proof locker, which is a metal locker that you put your coolers in. Bears can't get in there. They clip shut. It gets hot in there. It gets really hot in there. So you're going to need, lots of ice. And one other thing, while we're kind of talking about food storage and stuff like that, bring the 5-day coolers. They're a little more pricey, but they're worth the cost. You can get them at Walmart for like $50, the big ones. The 5-day, the cold extreme coolers, they work the best out here. If you get something cheap like this one here, I don't know if you can see it, but that's just there's hardly any insulation there at all, and your food isn't going to stay cool for very long. So bring the 5-day coolers with you when you come up here. It really is worth your expense. So, other than that, that's the video. I hope that you end up using some of these items that I've mentioned here. I really believe that they will make your stay a more convenient one and a more pleasurable one. I want to thank you personally for watching this video, and want to encourage you to watch other videos on this channel. I do a lot of different kind of stuff and go on a lot of different types of adventures and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different videos on here of quite some variety. So, and I always appreciate comments. So feel free to give me your comments, and I always respond to my comments. So I want to thank you again for watching, and hope that your journeys up here to Voyageurs National Park or any camping destination, camping trip are safe and happy. So, all right, thanks for watching. Bye.